Salutations, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Threw up this here kitty fabric. It's all wrinkled because I'm doing a video today and I didn't want any distractions. Well, more distractions than my warehouse-esque work environment that you see. Today is going to be my entire fragrance collection. I know a bunch of you have asked for it. I've been talking about doing it forever. So this is my current, as of whenever this video goes up, fragrance collection. I constantly add fragrances to my collection. I limit myself to 1 or 2 perfumes a month, but there are some months where that just gets goodbye. Goodbye. So I will always have updated, I think maybe I'll do an updated fragrance collection once every 6 months, or maybe I'll do hauls, I don't know. But for today, I am going to be sharing with you my fragrances. Now these range from inexpensive to really high-end luxury niche brands, luxury and niche brands. So if you have been wanting to see my fragrance collection and you're okay sitting through a long-ass video, keep watching. So quick disclaimer, I'm filming this at the end, but I put this on the bottom. This is obviously a collection video. No, you do not need this many perfumes. I just collect perfumes. Some people collect baseball cards, some people collect handbags, some people collect computers, technology. There's people out there who collect things, who love things, and one of the things that I love to collect is fragrances. So if videos like this bother you, if large collections or higher end videos bother you, because this is a lot of money. I've been collecting this for over 20 years, maybe a little less than 20, maybe like 16, 17 years. A lot of these fragrances I've had for a while. Other one of these fragrances are new to my collection. If you have issues with those videos and you watch it and you want to dislike this video, that's fine. You have every right to dislike this video if this isn't the kind of video you like, if this isn't the kind of things you like, that's totally fine. But this is just a disclaimer that this is one of the things that I like to purchase and I like to collect, and not everyone is going to like this or appreciate this and think this is a waste of money, and you know what, that's totally fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but understand I work very hard for my money and I spend it on perfume. So yeah, I'm going to briefly talk about each of the fragrances in my collection, if I really like them, if I got them for specific reasons. Some of these I've already went through in reviews and some of my lists and picks, so I'm not going to go too in-depth into all of them. I'm going to go in with this video. So this video is going to be long. I thought about switching it into 2 parts, but then I thought, no, I want this to be one video, so that way when I do updates, you guys will have one video if you're interested to see what I have and to go from there. My collection, again, like I said before, if you are a fragrance collector, if you're a fragrance hoarder, if one of your hobbies is collecting fragrances because you love fragrances, my collection is teeny tiny. It's only a little over 100 bottles, I believe. But if you think, oh my gosh, 100 bottles of perfume, that's a lot. If you think about, I know some people in their fragrance for 1,000 bottles. These people have a passion for fragrance and they collect and they love. They have vintage bottles, they have higher end, some inexpensive, amazing perfumes. My collection is teeny tiny, but it is growing. I tend to purchase perfumes that I like, or if there's 1 or 2 notes that I really like. I buy probably 1/3 of my perfumes blind, which is why I'll say I like this one, I don't like this one, and I never will return a perfume unless I have a reaction to it. So a lot of times I'll go buy a bunch of perfumes and, you know, like I'll tell my mom, hey, you want to come over and go through my stuff? I don't like this stuff. Or she'll see my videos where I'm like, I don't like this. She's like, can I smell those? And she's like, oh, I like these. I'm like, take them. Take them. So recently I've actually given my mom some perfume and I've given away a few others. So if you've seen like some of my meh videos or things like that, some perfumes are going to be missing, and that's fine because I want to show you my updated collection. So now that I've rambled on longer than necessary, we're going to get started. Initially, also, I'm going to start off with my lower shelf ones, which are the ones that are kind of my I don't even think about grab and go perfumes. Some of them I love, some of them are a little less inspired. They're just really easy generic nice perfumes. My top shelf perfumes, I like to call them top shelf, and I used to call them well when I was a bartender. My top shelf perfumes, I am going to go at the very end. I am going to timestamp that below. If you want to see my more niche or luxury branded perfumes, I will timestamp that below in the description box. So if you want to cut ahead to the more exciting fragrances that a lot of people are really interested in, you can definitely skip ahead to that. But let's get started. It's a classic and everyone loves it, and it's Gucci Bamboo. This is a 75 milliliter bottle. I'm going to try and give you as much information as possible. I get lily, I get sandalwood, I get vanilla. This is such a fresh, beautiful scent. I absolutely love this. The dry down for me is a little bit powdery, and sometimes my husband doesn't like powdery fragrances. In fact, all the time he doesn't like powdery fragrances. So I tend to wear this if I'm going shopping or if I'm not going to be around him because I don't want to aggravate his nose. Next up is my only celebrity fragrance. This is Femme by Lady Gaga. This is one of my boring fragrances. It's just a basic, it's really hard to smell the cap, just a basic floral. It's not bad, it's not great. I would recommend getting this from like TJ Maxx or Ross because it's not worth paying the full price. But if you get it for like 10-12 bucks, it's not bad if you want like a nice little floral. Alright, this is Burberry Brit. One of you guys actually talked about this and reminded me that I needed to pick it up. I got a tiny bottle of it because I hadn't worn this in forever. In fact, I think I only sampled this and I kept meaning to purchase it, but since I haven't worn it and I don't have a lot of experience with it, I decided to get the teeny bottle of it. This is really nice. I get almond, I get tonka bean, I get pear. It's a little bit citrusy, it's fresh, it's really tasty. I've really been enjoying this. I wore this yesterday and I just loved it. So if I go through this bottle really quick, I'll probably end up getting a bigger bottle. Next up is one that I talked about before in a previous video. I'm going to be linking all of my fragrance videos below. This one is one of my uninspired fragrances. It's Signorina? I can't pronounce words, you know that. It's clean, it's fresh, it's pretty, to me, it's just basic. If you want to smell nice, if you're going out to a party and you don't know if people like perfume or don't like perfume and you don't want to offend anybody because people might not appreciate fragrances. And when I say appreciate fragrances, some people really appreciate fragrances. They like the notes, they like the story. Other people just like to smell good. They don't really care about a perfume or the nose behind a fragrance. They don't want to smell exotic. They don't want to smell offensive. They just want to smell pretty. That's kind of like what I mean by basic. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just kind of like, this is just if you just want to smell pretty and fresh, this is a nice one. I have it for, if I'm going shopping or I'm going someplace and I just don't even think about it. That's why it's in my don't think about area. Next up is from Gorilla Perfume. This is Lust. I talked about this in my 5 favorite tasty fragrances. I love this. It's just spicy and so good. I got this from Lush. I forget how long ago. I don't even know if they still have this one available, but if they do, go check it out. I love it. Next up is a classic. This has been around forever. This is from the Perfumer's Workshop. This is Tea Rose. This one is obviously a new bottle. It's just a fresh, soapy rose. It's a very soapy floral, but this is just, to me, like something nice to wear to bed, or if I'm just going to be going outside and walking around, but I want to smell a little bit floral and nice. This is, to me, just a classic perfume. I like, I really like it. Some people don't. It's not too complex, but it's been around forever, but it is very soapy. It's a very clean rose. It kind of smells like a bar of soap that's fragrance with rose, and I actually love that. So this is probably one, I don't know, that I think everyone should at least experience because it is not unique, but like when you smell it, you're like, oh, you smell like soap, but in a really good way. I like it. Another one is from a Korean brand, Etude House. They sometimes will release fragrances. This is the Pink Cherry Blossom Eau de Toilette. I also have the body spray of this. This is just a nice, fresh, very, very sweet floral. This wasn't too bad. I forget how much this cost. I got this in a set, but I got this because it was summertime and I wanted something a little bit fun and not too sophisticated because it's sweaty in Florida. So this was something nice to wear, and I actually like lived in the body spray in summer, so I love this guy. Next up is one of my favorite perfumes I've had in my collection forever. This is a new bottle. I told you guys about it. This is Lolita Lempica. This to me just is really nice, sweet. It reminds me of high school because I used to spray this all the time in high school. I love, love, love this. I wear this in like a gummy bear fragrance, this and that, and also Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. So those are my 3 fragrances that I wore in high school. I like the bottle too. It's so pretty. This looks so pretty sitting on your vanity or your counter. Next up is a tiny bottle of pink sugar. Sometimes I want to smell like I am 10 years old. And I like pink sugar. If you want a very sweet cotton candy, like super duper, like you smell like sugar, you smell like a sugary carnival. Pink sugar, I think it's from Aqualina. I'm really bad at remembering the name of this because I just know it as pink sugar. It's not bad. I always have a small bottle of it, just because I never go through a big bottle of it. In fact, this one of these guys will take me forever to go through, but this is kind of like, if I just want to smell like food. Next up is a Prada candy. I decided to have the 2 candies together. This is just, I keep forgetting if this like pops off. This is good. I like Prada candy a lot. This is, to me, this is the more sophisticated version of this. It's really nice. I don't wear it enough to justify a full bottle of this, but I do like it. Again, I used to have a giant bottle of this, and I just, not a huge fan of having giant bottles of things I don't wear very often because perfume does go bad, and I do have a lot of perfume. So I have a small one of this when I feel like smelling like candy, but like sophisticated candy? I don't know. Next up is one from, I know, I'm just trying to get this video not to be forever because it's going to be forever because I have like 100 perfumes to go through. Next up, this is one of the fragrances I have from Library of Flowers. This is Wildflower and Fern. It's very fresh. It's a little bit green. I really like this a lot. This is one of my grab and go perfumes because I don't think it's very complex, but it's very sweet smelling. It's very feminine. It's youthful without being naive and juvenile. I don't know. That's like, have you ever smelled a fragrance and it smells youthful but it smells juvenile, like it smells like a 12-year-old should wear it? And then you smell really youthful fragrances that I think are more age appropriate for people in any age. Like, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. It's completely up to you. But this fragrance to me is a very youthful, just bright, fresh fragrance, and though you get that from the greenness in it, but it's just something that can be worn any age. Like, it's not going to smell like you're trying to be a 12-year-old. It's going to smell like you're just really youthful and fun and fresh. Next up are going to be my 3 fragrances from Viktor and Rolf. And I have Rose Explosion. If you ever have a chance to get your hands on this bad boy, it will change your life. It will change your life. It is such a beautiful fragrance. You get the flower bomb, you get the extra rose, saffron, it's spicy. Oh, it's delicious. Love, love, love this. Then I have a wee little one of Flower Bomb. I probably will end up getting a bigger one of this when I run through this, but I just have so many perfumes, and I had other versions of Flower Bomb. I was like, I don't need a big one. Definitely like big ones of this guy though. Trying to put these down. So here's this guy, and then I recently picked up, one of you guys told me to test it. I tested it and I loved it. Was a La Vie en Rose from Flower Bomb. This is like the citrusy, younger, more like Wild Child, like Flower Child version of this. And then this is kind of like the sultry older sister that all of your friends are like have crushes on. I don't know. Next up are some of my Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. This is Dolce Flower Drops. This is a very flirty, fresh fragrance. This is another one that's very youthful. It's not juvenile, but it kind of borderlines on juvenile. I do like to wear this on days where I'm just feeling very upbeat and happy and I just want to go out and just be sparkling. So this is really nice. I do like it. And then it's my Ride or Die perfume in a tiny bottle, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I mentioned this before several times. My first job was actually at a cosmetic store. They were known for their perfume selection, and so I was surrounded by perfume since I was like 15 years old. Also, my mom loved perfume. This was the first perfume I ever bought with my money, besides like a $5 gummy bear one from drugstore. So this will always have a place in my heart. I have a small bottle of this because I don't wear this as frequently as I used to, and so I wanted to get a small bottle and see how fast I went through a small bottle to decide if it's worth it for me to make the investment in a bigger bottle. It's not that much more money. I mean, it's not like it's an expensive perfume, but I just kind of wanted to see how fast I went through a small bottle of this. Then next up is this beauty right here, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme Intense. I love this. This is, to me, is a salty, sexury, powdery tuberose. It is very floral. It is very powdery. It is very kind of like dark and mysterious. And it's not for everyone because it can borderline a little bit too powdery depending on the day. Like sometimes I wear this and it's not too powdery, and sometimes I wear this and it's really powdery, but it's just really beautiful. I love this guy so much. And I like the bottle too. I think it's really pretty and elegant. So yeah, those are my, I might have more Dolce & Gabbana perfumes. I didn't see any because I'm going in batches. So yeah, these are these guys. Next up are my Lollia fragrances. I have Wander. I talked about this in my fragrances that make me go meh video. It's not bad. It's not my favorite from Lollia. I really like the sparkling femininity that Lollia fragrances have. Like, to me, they're very enchanting. They're very like fairy tale storybook, and this one just kind of doesn't smell like fairy tale storybook. This smells like supporting character, you know, in a off-branded fairy tale movie. I don't know. It's nice. I wear it. Not too crazy about it. Next is Believe from Lollia. This is the cabbage rose and citrus. This is just fresh, a little bit soapy, sweet. Again, this is kind of like a no-brainer perfume. I just kind of grab it, spritz, and go if I want to smell floral and pretty and fun. I like this a lot. And then I have my favorite, which is, I keep on forgetting the name of this one. This is Wish. This one is delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so, it's like citrus and honey, but there's like this floralness, like this floral that like cuts through the honey and the citrus. It's so good. This to me is a fairy tale in a bottle. This is what I think like a fairy princess would smell like, or you know, like, oh my gosh. Love this one so much. And the bottle is covered with bees. I love bees, and I love this bottle, and I love Lollia. Next up is Dior Inspire, our 1000 Flowers Inspire. This is just another beautiful, gorgeous, just floral, pretty, enchanting fragrance. Again, it's very youthful, very, very youthful, but it's not juvenile. It's just anyone can wear it any age, and you know, it's just going to smell very flattering and pretty. So yeah, that's my Lollia fragrance. More that were in the box. One I talked about before is my Dior Addict. This is the, I think, the 2014 reformulation. I didn't like what they did before, but when they reformulated it, it was really good. This is, again, just vanilla and like floral vanilla. It's really deep and oh my gosh, it's really sexy. I love this guy. The front fell off of this one, but this is Tocca Bianca, or Bianca from Tocca. This is another extremely floral fragrance. I like Tocca fragrances a lot, along the same lines that I like Lollia fragrances. To me, they're very enchanting, they're very ultra feminine, and they're also appropriate for any age. At least, you know, that's my taste in perfume. I think that these work for any age. Next up comes from Besame Cosmetics, their Decades of Fragrance. This is 1910. This is lemon. This is citrus. This is Lang Lang, jasmine, and saffron. I love it. It's really very mature, like borderline, like on the classic maturity. Like, you know, like when I say mature, if you hear me describe a fragrance as mature, I'm usually describing it in the same category as Chanel No. 5 or Guerlain Shalimar. Like, those to me are very mature fragrances. It's not a negative thing at all. In fact, I love mature fragrances. You all know that I like to smell like a distinguished older woman. But this is just one of those fragrances that I loved. I love the bottle and this little guy. So good. But the first opening of this is definitely fruit, like orange. a little bit of lemon, and then you get the saffron and the jasmine. This is great. I love Besame Cosmetics. Their decades of fragrances are basically where they look at fragrance trends from different time periods and they try to recreate it in a fragrance. And I think this is just fantastic. So yeah, definitely check them out. You can get little roller bottles of them, but I just fell in love with this bottle. So yeah, this is from Besame Cosmetics. Talking makes me need some tea. I don't know why I'm keeping this in here. Next up are my 3 fragrances from Marc Jacob. 2 of them I've talked about before. Oh Lola. Lola. I hate the tops of these things. Ugh. And then Dot. I like Dot. I wear Dot quite frequently. Again, this is one of the fragrances that I don't think has a lot of complexity to it, but it is really fun. It is really flattering, and I like the fact that it's a ladybug because I'm obsessed with miraculous ladybugs. So like ladybugs are my new thing. So I really like this. This is what I think Marionette Dupain Chang would wear. So yeah. Next up, this one is from Fictions. I got this one from Anthropology. This is She Found Quiet in His Wild. This is just another nice, this is like a citrus floral. A little bit powdery. It's really, really nice. I like this one a lot. And I have everything. This is another one from Library of Flowers. Sweet, bright, floral. Really, really, really like this a lot. This is like the most unsophisticated video of fragrance collection. So if you guys were expecting something elegant and enchanting, I am sorry to burst your bubble, but I have a lot of perfume. Like this guy. I actually ended up having 3 bottles of this, and so I gave one to my mom, and she's like, I have a bottle of that. So there's like, within like me, my mom, and my sister, there's like 4 or 5 bottles of this floating around. This is from La Ocitane. This is honey lemon, or Meow and citron. I love La Ocitane fragrances, but they have this bad habit of literally discontinuing every fragrance that I love. The Gentle Honey Water, I found someone online that sold it. Literally the bottle when you bought it new was $50. They were asking like $250 for it, and considering what happened to my bottle, like it was getting chunky, I didn't want, because it hasn't been in production in like since forever. Like I think maybe like 2006, 2007. Is when it stopped, or even earlier than that. I was like, I cannot justify spending $250 on a bottle of perfume where mine, which was kept in really good conditions, got chunky. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy a chunky perfume, and I was so sad. So, La Ocitane, if you are watching this, bring back Honey Gentle Water. Like, do it. Do it, meow. But yeah, this one's really nice. This one's honey and lemon. It's a little bit citrusy. This kind of tastes like, you know when you get really sick to your, it's not sick to your stomach, but you have like throat sore, and you have like a really nice cup of like a lemon tea and has like a lot of honey in it. This is kind of smells like that. It's very comforting fragrance, very sweet, but very, very nice. From Royal Apothic, and this is the English Rose. This is just a nice rose fragrance. It's non-confrontational. It's, you know, if somebody likes rose fragrances and you want to find them something interesting that they probably don't have, this is great. This is like carved soapstone or something, the cap is. It comes in this really nice wooden box. The presentation of this and the bottle of this is beautiful, so this makes it a really nice gift. I do love wearing this. Again, this is one of my grab-and-go fragrances, but it is very nice. Another favorite rose fragrance, and I don't like this line of fragrances at all. I just had somebody walk by that waved at me. Hi! I have like, this is the driveway. But this is Viva la Juicy Rose. Oh my goodness, do I love this. Hate the bottle. I think the bottle, this isn't my type of bottles. I know a lot of people who love really blingy things like this. I don't mind it. I like it a lot better than this bad boy. Ugh. Hate that top, but like I don't know, I mean, I guess it's feminine, but this is such a nice rose. It's so good. I got the giant bottle of it. This is 3.4 ounces, yeah, because I liked this so much. Viva la Juicy, to me, there's just something about it that I don't like, but this fragrance is so good. I was surprised how much I like this, so I got a big old thing of this. This is another kind of like going shopping fragrances. there's different types of fragrances I wear. There's ones I wear at night to bed. There's ones I wear at night if I'm going to dinner or if I'm going to a party. There's ones I wear to museums because me and my husband visit museums a lot and like art shows. There's ones that are daytime fragrances where I'm going out and going shopping or getting lunch. And then there's daytime fragrances where I just sit in my house all day and don't leave and stay in my pajamas. I spritz perfume in my pajamas because I'm classy. Or maybe I'm just obsessive. Anyway, if you want to know one of my favorite pajama fragrances, this guy. This is from Sonia Kashuk. Kashuk? I can never pronounce her name right, and I always feel so bad about that. This is pink in Essentielle. This is tuberose, amber, and magnolia. This is a blast of white floral. This is another very soapy floral fragrance, like soapy, 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 but it is such a substantial floral. It like blows you away. This just smells to me like, you ever like find like a really crazy expensive bath lotion or bath wash? I don't use expensive bath washes, but any crazy expensive boutique one that's just floral and you smell it and you're like, oh, that's floral, and you put it on your body, and then after you get out of the shower, like the crazy overtly oppressive floral fragrance has kind of like gone away and you're left with this really nice like just floral bouquet. That's what this is. It's definitely worth checking out. This little guy was only, I think, like 20 bucks. So, I mean, like, it's really inexpensive. You get a lot. But, I mean, I don't dislike it. I got it at Target, definitely. Something I wear around the house if I'm not going anywhere and I just kind of want to smell nice and pretty. So, yeah, do love this. Last from this batch, I'm going to have to go get another box of fragrances. I've talked about this one a bunch. All of these I've talked about a bunch. I'm just going to let you know what they are and that I like them. This is Lollia Parfum. This is so good. I love this one a lot. I think this one is just one of my favorites to wear if I want to smell delicious and tasty but don't want to be overtly syrupy. This one's great. If I want to be overtly syrupy, love this guy. This is a Black Opium from YSL. And then I've also got my Mon Paris from YSL, which is like a delicious fruit salad. Now, a lot of people love this and don't love this, but again, like, it is overtly fruity. If you don't like fruit in your, if you don't like distinctive fruit, like sometimes perfumes can smell very fruity, and then sometimes perfumes can smell like a fruit salad. If you don't like fruit salad perfumes, you will not like this. If you like fruit salad perfumes like me, you will love this. So definitely check it out. Next up are my Elizabeth Arden fragrances. I only have the green tea ones from her. I really, really like these, or like not from her, from them. The first one is Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is another one I wore during high school I forgot to mention. I love, love, love this one. It's so good. This is like my 8th or 9th bottle of this. I go through this like water. Well, it's technically like juice water. I don't know. Fragrance scented water. But I go through this like crazy. I overspray this because I just love it. It's just so good. And then I have Green Tea Cherry Blossom, which is really nice. A little bit more floral. Iced tea, which is a little bit spice. Is this spiced tea? Yeah, spiced green tea. They have an iced tea when I want. This kind of smells like licorice, like licorice and green tea. It's actually really nice. I like that a lot. And then I have Green Tea Yuzu. This is the one that recently I've been wearing to bed. Before I go to sleep, I will spray this once on each wrist and kind of just gently dab and go to sleep. It's so nice. I feel like I smell clean, and even after a shower, I mean, I don't go to bed dirty, that's gross. But you know, like, when you wear a very fresh fragrance, like wearing a fragrance to bed to me is just really nice. It's very comforting, it puts me to sleep. I love this one. A lot of little splash bottles and my miniature bottles. I'm going to go through all those in a separate video, as well as my roller balls. This is only going to be my actual full-size bottle collection, just you know, letting you know. This is the California Star Jasmine perfume. It's a nice jasmine. I like this. This was a gift. So I wear this very rarely, like, but I do like it. It's not bad. It was either going to be given to me or thrown away, so I had to rescue this little baby. I don't wear it too often, but I do like it a lot. It's just like a nice jasmine, you know, like I like nice jasmine fragrances. And then Demeter fragrances. This is Sugar Cookie. As you can see, I'm almost done with it. This is just, I don't know. I just love this so much. It just smells like cookie dough, and I really like that. And this is Ice Berries. This is something that my husband gave me. He ordered me a bunch of Dermidor samples. If you watch any of my empty videos, you know that I talk about the ones that he gave me. And he bought so many of them that they gave him this for free. So he didn't choose this, but he's like, hey, I got it for free. And it's not bad. It's just very, it's like berries. It smells like ice berry, like a raspberry scented, like, hand sanitizer. It's not bad. I wear it. I don't dislike it. It's not my favorite though. Next up are my Bvlgari fragrances. I only have 3. I'm really interested in experiencing some from the La Gem line or the Gemma line. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. It's kind of their more like higher end line, which is saying a lot because Bvlgari is already kind of higher end. It's designer. But I really like these perfumes. The first one is my signature scent, which is Bvlgari Au de Vert. This is kind of like I graduated from Elizabeth Arden green tea to this one. I love them both, but I tend to wear this one more than the green tea now, even though I do wear the green tea like crazy. Love this. Another one is one of the only perfumes my husband has ever complimented me on. It was before we were dating. We went to Epcot because we always go to Epcot for the Food and Wine Festival. And I had just bought this perfume. This is Rose Essentielle. And I had purchased it and I was wearing it. And then like when we went there, they had in the French pavilion, they had a Bvlgari place. And I was like, I'm going to go reapply my perfume. And I did. And he came up to me and he hugged me. And he's like, someone's wearing impeccable perfume. I was like, that's me. And that was this one. So I always keep this on hand. I think it's one of the only fragrances my husband can stand on me. It's just a really fresh rose. It's really nice. It's very clean. Very, I want to say like a wet rose, like a garden rose. It's really, really nice. I really enjoy it. There's not a lot of depth or complexity to it, but I like how simple it is. Just really, really very pretty feminine fragrance. And then Jasmin Noir. Love, love, love this one too. This is like a sexy grandma perfume. A sexy grandma perfume. I used to hashtag sexy grandma perfume, but I almost feel like that could be dangerous, so don't. Or do. Or don't. Last on my bottom shelf is this one. You know, I just got this. This is from Commodity. This is gold. This is just tonka bean, sandalwood, amber, vanilla. So good. I love this one so much. I originally had a sample of this and I wore through it and I missed it and then I bought it. So this is nice. I like this a lot. I'm back now with top shelf. So all of these fragrances are my little bit higher end or extremely higher end or niche or absolute favorite. I need to see them because it's like eye level for me, so I can grab them. So the first one I have talked about all the time. This is Derek Lam 10 Crosby Silent Street. This is just kind of like a light floral, extremely just white musk. It's very simple, very basic, no complexity, but I like how it has like only 2 notes. To me, it's very sophisticated. I am like obsessed with this. Oh my gosh, I love this. Seriously, like I smell this and I'm just like, when will I be done with this so I can go get the giant one? Love this, love this, I love this. Next one is one that's one of my favorite daytime fragrances. I talked about it before. This is Wild Bluebell from Jo Malone. This is the only fragrance I have from Jo Malone currently, and I got the smaller size because these tend to not wear on me very well. They tend to either go away after an hour or 2 or kind of turn a little bit sour. It's just something about my body chemistry. Nothing against Jo Malone. Just one of the lines of fragrances that don't always work on my skin very well, but this one does, so I really like it. And then the next is the super delicious creamy Terry Mugler Angel Muse, and I've been talking about this one. Did a review. I talked about it in my top 5 most delicious fragrances. I absolutely love this. I got a little bottle of this. I don't know why I kind of hiccuped when I said that, but I will definitely be buying a bigger one of this when I run out. That is my only Acqua di Parma fragrance. I need to get more. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. This is Rose Noble. I believe this is in the limited edition bottle. Really like this. I don't know why. I was trying to unscrew it. It's a nice rose. I like rose. Rose is kind of like tuberose to me, or amber. I just kind of just will buy it without even thinking. Do really like it. I have a lot of samples of Acqua di Parma, and I keep meaning to buy more because I like them. I just never get around to doing it. Next up is Hypnotic Poison. You know how I feel about this. I actually really like this, but I do not think this is for everyone. And I definitely don't think you should wear this to any place that is an office or a party or a theater, because a lot of people just have reactions to this because of how powdery it is, because of how heavy and thick it is. But if you know people that, if you're going to be around people who love fragrances and, you know, they don't have a sensitive nose, this is a great one. That's why I have a small bottle of this. I would have gotten a bigger bottle if my husband wasn't super against powdery fragrances. This is very powdery on me. So yeah, but I do love this. Is Nirvana White from Elizabeth and James and Nirvana Bourbon. I like both of these. This is more daytime, this is more evening, this is more fresh, this is more syrupy. They're both really, really nice. I am going to end up getting all of them from Elizabeth and James because I just generally like them all. But currently I just have these two. The next one I'll probably get is Rose, and then next is Nirvana Black. But I do like all of them. They're really nice fragrances. They make great gifts. They're good for any age. I think that they're kind of like sophisticated and very hip and trendy. Next up are my Arden fragrances. I only have 3. This is my big bottle of Evening Rose. This is Arden Rose de Grace. I'm doing a review on this very soon, so I'm not going to get too into it. But once I do the review, I will link it below. And this is a Tangier Vanille, and I did a review on this. One thing I will say about all these fragrances is that they're very true to the Arden line. Arden Lauder is all about this sophisticated hipness. Like, she's a lifestyle, she's art, she's beauty, she's hip, she's cool. Very sophisticated, and all of the fragrances fit into that line very much. The only issue I have, again, and I keep saying this, the opening notes for this is still Play-Doh. Still smells like Play-Doh. But once it dissipates, after 5 to 10 minutes, you get this beautiful vanilla. Like, it's gorgeous, but the first opening notes are still Play-Doh. This is Enslaved. This is so good. This is the only one I have from them currently. I need to get more. I need to buy a bunch of samples from Lucky Scent because this is not a brand I will buy blind because it is expensive. But well worth it. The quality of these perfumes is phenomenal. This, to me, if I think about a mature, sexy grandma flavor, like a sophisticated woman. Like, I keep talking about, like, the story behind this perfume for me is if you're at an elevator at a really nice department store and this, like, impeccably dressed mature woman walks in and she's dressed to the nines, elegant, classy, sexy, mature, older. Like, I just imagine this is just like a sexy 60-year-old that like knocks your socks off. Like, it is a mature, but it is gorgeous. This is so good. This is the epitome of what I want to be when I grow up. This perfume, so good. Love it. Love it. And then next up are my By Kilian fragrances. I only have 4. There's a few more I want to get, but I need to test them first. The first one is Lyons Dangerous. I like this one a lot. Then we have Imperial Tea, which is my favorite one from By Kilian. This smells identical to a cup of jasmine green tea. Again, when I talked about this fragrance, if you ever overbrew jasmine or any green tea just a little bit, the tannic acid makes it bitter. So what I like, a little bit of the bitterness only in jasmine green. Other green teas, I don't like the bitterness, but something about the bitterness with the jasmine is just so delicious to me, and so I always kind of slightly overbrew my jasmine green tea. And I used to work in a tea shop. I have like 10 pounds of tea at my house. If you want me to do a tea collection video, I will. I have like 85 tins. When I collect, I collect. But this just smells like a cup of jasmine green tea that I would make. It has the bitterness, which is the oak moss and the jasmine. So good. I could talk about this for days. And also, if you've ever seen the packaging for By Kilian, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Then I have Forbidden Games. This is my most delicious flavored fragrance in my collection. I just love the prune and the fruit and the rose and everything. I don't know why I'm unscrewing it. So good. I love this. I really like fruity fragrances. They are not for everybody, but there's not so fruit salad because of the plum, because of the cinnamon, because of the floral kind of cuts through it. So good. I love this. And the next is Bamboo Harmony. I got this in the Matisse limited edition bottle. I am like to there on it. I wear this all the time. In fact, I'm wearing it today, so I'm just going to spray it more on me. This is one of my favorite daytime fragrances. This is again like a no-brainer for me. I just kind of grab it and go. It smells so nice. I love it. I wear this one all the time. I overspray. I'm one of the oversprayers. There's a few perfumes that you can't overspray, and I've learned quick, but I am definitely an oversprayer. Next up is one that's not on the expensive side, but it does hold a special place in my heart, and it's Jessica McClintock. This used to be the perfume that me and my dad and my mom would buy my sister for Mother's Day, for her birthday, for Christmas, and so it's just a nice white floral that reminds me of my mom, so I like having a bottle of this on hand because it reminds me of her, and I love her. I love you. And she watches my videos. She knows I love her. 2 fragrances from Guerlain. Currently, I do need to get more. There's like 4 or 5 that I keep meaning to buy. The first one is obviously Shalimar. This is a new bottle, so it's full. This is just a delicious sexy grandma perfume. Definitely sexy grandma, mature sexy grandma. Love this. Classic for a reason. And then next is this one, like, this hypnotizes me. This is Terracotta Le Parfum. They took the fragrance in their terracotta bronzers, which every time I use that bronzer, I like hold it up to my face because it smells so good. And they reformulated it for a fragrance. Now, it doesn't smell exactly, because it's kind of hard to take a fragrance from a powder and reformulate it to still have its integrity from powder to perfume, but the imagination or the reimagination of this is beautiful. I love this. I think this is one of my most complimented perfumes that I ever wear. I wear it and people are like, you smell amazing. Like, it's so good. I love this. I'm very sparing with it because they only release it once a year, but I think I'm safe. I think I've been a little too sparing with it, so I should probably wear this more frequently. Next up is Bay Rose from Le Labo. This is the smaller bottle. I used to get the larger bottles, but I find that I like to get smaller batches of fragrances like this because the juice stays good for about 1 to 2 years, and I'd rather get a smaller bottle and know that I have fresh juice than have something that goes a little bit bad. So this is one of the fragrances I like to get the smaller bottle of. This is the only Le Labo fragrance I have currently, but I did order another one. It's just not here yet. And there's a few other that I'm waiting to get, but I'm debating if I'm going to call the store because they're city exclusives, or if I'm going to wait for Lucky Scent's event in September where they have the city exclusives of the Le Labo fragrances. So this is Bay Rose. This is just a pepper rose, but oh my gosh. This is so good. This is like one of the fragrances, kind of like this guy, that just hypnotizes me. I smell this. If I put this on my wear it, I'm like this all day. I'm like at a store, I'm driving, I'm just smelling myself. It's so freakishly good. And then I have another one. This is the only bottle I have from Louis Vuitton because this is the only one I sampled and I bought. This is a Rose de Vence. This is a cedar rose. I love the cedar in this with the rose. I know I just said it's a cedar rose, but sometimes with roses they can be a little bit too green, and there's only so many garden rose scents that you can get. There's soapy roses, there's spicy roses. I love this one because the cedar kind of elevates it and makes it really unique without being too crazy. Like, it's not hard to understand this fragrance, but it is definitely something unique, and I really like it, and I love the bottle. I love magnetic tops. I am a child. And next up is a Black Saffron from Byredo. Byredo? I've talked about this one before. Love, love, love this guy. It's great evening fragrances, which is also really good for daytime as well. This is the only one I've got from them, just because I need to get more samples and try, but I do really, really love this guy. I get from my mom. It's an older bottle she had of Joy Eau de Toilette. Only 2 currently from Serge Lutens. I used to have more. I forget what happened to them. I think I ran out of one because I wore it all the time. I think it was the gingerbread one. Don't quite remember the name of it. That one was amazing. But currently the 2 I have right now, and I do need to get more, there's a few more on my wish list, are Arabie and Serge Noir. And I both talked about these in previous videos. So, so good. I love these a lot. This is probably going to be the fragrance that I wear all winter because it is just fantastic and beautiful. And I just love how exotic this smells. These both are fantastic. Next up, I only currently have 2 fragrances from Creed. There are more that I need to get. This is my big one of Aqua Fiorentina because I love this guy so much. So good. The citrus, the grapefruit, the floral, this is really elegant and fresh and just bright. And then this is Florissimo from Creed. This is a classic floral. This is a bouquet. Like, it is beautiful medley of fragrances and florals and flowers, and it's so good. Love this one a lot. It is a classic, definitely one of my absolute favorites from Creed. Next up are my Tom Ford fragrances. I've only got 3. There's a few more I need to buy. This is Tom Ford Sahara Noir. This is ginger, black pepper, leather. I have all the notes over here because there's a lot in this guy and it's really hard for me to distinguish. Also, the cap is always so hard to get off. Yeah, it's always hard for me to distinguish the notes in this, so I did want to list them for you. Bergamot, mandarin, violet, ginger, and basil. I keep saying basil, it's basil, but I remember Basil of Baker Street from Disney, like that mouse detective that I was like obsessed with. So I always call it basil. Heart notes are grapefruit blossom, orange blossom, tobacco, and black pepper. I definitely get the tobacco in this, and I love that. It plays really nicely with the citrus. I knew there was bergamot, but now I can definitely tell the mandarin. And base notes are amber, cedarwood, patchouli, oak moss, and leather. This is so nice. This is sexy. This is deep. This is just, when I smell this, it smells like a sexy man's wallet. I am so bad. I'm like sexy grandma, sexy wallets. I want to smell like an old lady. But this smells like a sexy man's leather wallet. I don't know. It's so good. I love it. Or maybe like a sexy man's den. Like you go over to some guy's house and he's in his den. I don't know. It's so good though. I don't know why you guys watch my fragrance videos. I'm like I am not doing these beautiful perfumes Duchess. Justice. I think I'm going to keep that in here because this video is just all sorts of all over the place. Next up is Arabian Wood. I love this. This is a great wintertime fragrance. This smells like an enchanted forest. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's very soapy green, but it's a deep, mysterious green. Love it. And then Jasmine Rouge. I did a review on this. Love this guy. So good. It just smells so nice. So yeah, those are my Tom Ford fragrances. I need to pick up Shanghai Lily, Cafe Rose, Tobacco Vanilla, and then like Santal Blush, which I almost bought Santal Blush the other day. I forget why I didn't. That one's really good too. So there's like 5 or 6 more I need to pick up. So yeah, you will probably be seeing those in the update video. Next are my Chanel fragrances, and currently I only have 3, but I do need to get some more. I talked about this before. This is just Coco from Chanel. This is the only one in Eau de Toilette because I think the Eau de Toilette smells better on me than the Eau de Parfum. And then obviously Chanel No. 5 Classic. Love this one. So good. This has no words. No words are needed for this. It's a classic for a reason. It's been around since the 20s. I mean, it's so nice. And then Coco Mademoiselle. This is such a feminine fragrance. Boys, girls, if you have to buy a gift for somebody and they like feminine fragrances, this is so good. It's a nice gift. It's a luxury gift. It's a beautiful bottle. And just, it smells divine. If you want me to go more in-depth with this perfume, the reason why I haven't gone more in-depth than any of the Chanel fragrances is because there's so many reviews. They've been around forever, and I don't want to just add more noise to the world about these fragrances because there's already some fantastic reviews out there. But if you'd really like to know my thoughts on these guys or the other Chanel fragrances that I haven't purchased yet, do ask. I'd be more than happy to. These are the only 2 Amouage fragrances I have, but I do need to buy Fate, Beloved, and Journey. But I have Seal and Memoir. Memoir, oh my gosh, this one is amazing. I talked about this in like my favorite daytime and evening fragrances. This is everything, everything. And this is beautiful too. I was just about ready to go like this. I don't know why. I'm surprised I haven't broken one of these bottles. This is just beautiful and bright, but very warm. Like, I love this. Love these guys. I love Amouage. If you want to have a really nice high-end niche brand that is tried and true that everybody loves, Amouage is one of those brands that is very well known, and their juice is phenomenal. Their fragrances are phenomenal. They're not hard to find, but they're not easy to find either. But they're definitely something that if somebody likes luxury fragrances and you want to kind of get them something unique, Amouage, I think, is a fantastic house to check out. I love them. Next up are my Les Artisan Parfumers. I only have 3 of these guys. This is Drôle de Rose. This is a very soapy rose. Very soapy rose, but it is very clean and very beautiful. I do like this a lot. This is, for me, how I like to wear my perfumes, strictly daytime. It is too soapy. Way too soapy for evening for me, but unless it's like right out of the bath and I'm going to bed. But this is a fantastic daytime perfume. Then next is probably one of my favorite tuberoses. It's Noire? I say nut. Nuts to tuberose. I'm sorry. Feel free to ridicule me in the comments about how much I can't pronounce any of these words. It's okay. I know I can't. Gorgeous fragrance. And then one of my favorite tea fragrances just in general is Tea for Two. I love the smokiness of the Lapsang Souchong in this. Oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite. Actually, like, I'm drinking a cup of Earl Grey tea now, but I almost drank a cup of Lapsang Souchong because I knew I was going to be talking about this tea and it made me really want it. It's so good. So good. I love tea. I love perfume. So obviously Tea for Two is like a fantastic perfume for me. So next up from Givenchy, the 3 I have from this line, which is the Atelier line, I believe, which is their private label, their private blend line, is Ambre Tiger. This is another vanilla amber. Just a hint of floral in here, which really just kind of spices it up a little bit. Like, it's not spicy floral, but it kind of cuts through it really nicely. So I love this one. Next is Iris Harmonique. I did a video of this. Very unisex, very beautiful. Adore this one. 2 bits. Clean, fresh, sexy, very sophisticated. And I haven't done a review on this, but this is Immortal Tribal. I actually just got this bottle a little bit ago. I've only worn it once or twice. It's warm and floral, and there's just something in here that's just really, really, really good. I like this line a lot. I just recently got into them, and I've just been slowly wanting to get them all because they're all so good. Talk about how cute the packaging is. Like, this is a spool, and they have a little thread, and the samples for these guys, when I went to the pavilion at Epcot, which is where I first was introduced to these guys, were buttons. Little buttons. I'm going to be talking about my Armani Privé fragrances. I only have 4. I need to buy at least 5 more, but those are going to be a little bit in the future. The first one is Rose Alexandrie. This is another beautiful, fresh, wet rose. It's really sophisticated. This is a beautiful daytime or evening casual fragrance. I like this a lot. Then we have the Eau de Jade. This is a very fresh, green, rich fragrance. It's a little bit heavier than other really bright green fragrances like Bamboo Harmony or Gucci Bamboo, Bamboo Everything. But this is another fantastic daytime fragrance. Really, really nice, very fresh, very fun. I love it, but still sophisticated and still has a lot going for it, which is why I love it. Plus, I'm just in love with these bottles. Like, I love the bottles of these. I almost knocked over my teacup. Speaking of tea, my throat's hurting because I've been talking so much. So tea is helpful. Very helpful. Okay, next up is Vetiver Babylon. This is so good. I don't get a lot of Vetiver from this, or Vetiver. I call it Vetiver or Vetiver from this, but this is just a really nice daytime fragrance. Very unisex, good on everybody. It's a non-confrontational scent, a good office scent. I really like it a lot. I bought that one blind. And then this one is one of my absolute favorites. I know I talk about this one all the time. It's so good. It's Rose Arabie. Oh my goodness. Next time I buy this, I'm going to buy the giant bottle of it because I just love it so much. This is so good. This is what I think dried roses should smell like. Like, you ever smell dried roses? And I love the way the dried roses smell, but you see them and you kind of want them to have a very specific smell. Like, you want the experience to be a specific experience. This is the experience of dried flowers that I want it to smell like, so I love it. So weird. Dried flowers, sexy grandma, sexy wallet. You guys are gonna have a field day with this video. Light at the end of the tunnel. 5 more, and that's it, I think. Yeah. Okay, these are my Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrances. I love them all. I've talked pretty much about every single one of these, so I'm just gonna go into it quickly. This is Feminine Plurial. This is just a beautiful, very romantic floral fragrance. I describe this about as smelling like a Maid of Honors or Flower Girl's bouquet. It's very youthful, bright, floral, romantic, enchanting, not heavy, really, really nice. I love it. Then I've got the Aqua Universal Forte. This is just another beautiful floral citrus. Oh gosh, this is gorgeous. This is the very first one that I purchased from this line, and it just made me fall in love. Love this guy so much. Then I have A La Rose, which is another beautiful rose bouquet fragrance that I was gonna go like this, but my ears itchy and I don't like showing my fingers because my fingers just like chimney sweeps. So I keep going like this, but I really like the kitty ears. It looks a little bit weird. Sorry. This is A La Rose. Gorgeous fragrance. I have a candle of this on my vanity that I just keep wanting to spray. I just haven't spray. I don't want to spray a candle. That's a horrible idea. That's how you start fires. Speaking of fires, Cashmere Oud, but we're going to get to that in a second. Beautiful fragrance. If you know someone who loves rose fragrances and they want something new and nice, this is a fantastic gift for rose lovers. It's just really beautiful, very pleasing fragrance. As for fires, Cashmere Oud. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites, but I kind of oversprayed this the other day. A little too much. Like I said, I'm an oversprayer, so normally I use 1, maybe 2 spritzes of this and kind of go like this. I don't like rubbing it, so I gently dab and like dab very gently. And I forget why, but I sprayed myself like 6 times with this. And I was just sitting there like, ah, I smell so nice, but I can't take this. It was so heavy. This is such a heavy perfume. It like stung. But I love this. I still love this, even after that. And that was my fault, but this is such a beautiful fragrance. It's very smoky. It's very heavy. The oud in this is very strong, but I love it. Now, I do need to get Satin and Velvet Mood. It's just I haven't gotten around to doing it. And there's a few other from Mason Francis Kurkdjian I need to buy. But this is one of my absolute favorites from him. Just don't overspray this one because you will die. And then next is one of my absolute favorites is a Baccarat Rouge 540. This is Saffron Marigold. Very bright, very sparkling, very sweet and thick, but really, really nice. I love this one as well. I did it. I am sorry first. Okay. As always, with every fragrance video, I will have all of them listed below, but I am not going to list the notes because I do not want to sit on the computer for like 5 hours and do that. So you can look. I'm going to also list my base notes profile. It's a forum for fragrances. It's a fantastic forum. I really like it. I have my entire fragrance wardrobe listed there. So if you want to know the notes or see what I've been wearing, because every day I update what I wear. So if you're interested, check it out. Create a profile out of me as a friend. I love to talk fragrances. I'm going to get comfy because I'm going to talk for a minute. Because it's this is already a super long video, so it's another like 2 minutes. Check out base notes. I was gonna say bake notes. I thought that sounds good too. Base notes, I will link them below. I will link my profile below. This is not a sponsored video. Base notes did not ask me to do this. I am a brand new member on there. They do not care about me, but I care about them. So it's a great place to learn about the notes. If you ever see me talk about notes on the perfumes, I'm generally looking at base notes. They have a fantastic library. They don't have all of my favorite fragrances in their library, so you're only going to get a little bit of it, but it does give you a good idea. And if you wanted to start a wardrobe and tell everybody what you're wearing, it's pretty cool. I also wanted to get into some fragrances that are not part of my collection that I got rid of. Bvlgari Omnia Jade, I gave to my mom. I keep giving away like Angel, so I haven't had that for a while. Fragrances that I want to buy or I have purchased and are en route to me, because that's something else I wanted to get into as well. I'm not going to get into all of them, but I can say it's at least 2 from Le Labo, at least 2 from Armani Privé, 1 from Frederic Malle, and I want to go to a counter and smell some of the Le Gem fragrances from Bvlgari. As always, if you have any questions or critiques on this video or these fragrances or any suggestions. Like if you see that my collection and you think of something that I will love, I go out and I buy things that you guys, there's at least 3 or 4 fragrances in this collection that I bought recently within the past few months because you guys have told me to try it. You reminded me about Burberry Brit and La Vie en Rose from Flower Bomb. That one, you know, I meant to do it and you reminded me, so I listened to you guys and I spend my money because of you guys, so thank you. But definitely I love suggestions. If you have any questions on any of these fragrances, if there's any of these that you want to see a review on that I haven't done a review on, if you want to know specific picks, like if you want to know my absolute favorites, my not so favorites, even though I already kind of did that video, and the reasons why I pick the ones that I did and what my criteria is for choosing perfumes, I'd be more than happy to go get more involved in this video. But I did want to give you guys my basic, oh my gosh, the sun's changing, the sun is changing. But I didn't want to get you this video. This was supposed to be done on a nicer camera and edited better, but I have been putting off this video for weeks and the editing is just, I've never used this program before and my computer doesn't like to take my camera footage very easily. It took me like an hour to get up my footage for like 5-minute video, so I was like, I don't know how long it'll take for like a 45-minute video. So I wanted to do this and get this out for you guys because you had been asking for it and I didn't want to keep prolonging the video, which is why I put this up, which will probably stay up until I got my camera working, so that way you guys don't have to look at my horrible background. You do get like a puppy cat butt right there, but what can you do? You can only do so much. But yeah, this is my much asked for fragrance collection video. Again, I'm not sure exactly how many bottles I have, so yeah. You might be able to count them below. Maybe I'll number them. That might be weird. But yeah, I will list them all below. I will also put stars next to my absolute favorites. So if you want me to do a video on my absolute favorites and you want me to get more in-depth why, I'll be happy to. But if you guys want to know my absolute favorites, the ones that I can't live without, there will be a little star, or maybe there'll be 2 stars next to the name, so that way you know what they are. As always, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, obviously I'm not going to do one of these again, but I will do fragrance update videos with new fragrances I add to my collection. Make sure to give this video a big ol' thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. Also, do not forget to subscribe because it is free and I am free. I put out new videos every Monday through Friday. So, talking forever. I also put out new videos sometimes on the weekends as well. So, I will always have something for you to watch. Done with my tea. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I will see you next time. Bye.